At 8:15 a.m., on August 6, 1945, the course of human history was irrevocably changed. A single bomb, dropped from a single plane, ushered in the atomic age. The pilot at the controls that day was Colonel Paul Tibbets. This is the story of the mission, the man, and the legacy that continues to be debated more than 75 years later. Colonel Paul Tibbets was 29 years old when he was personally chosen to lead one of the most secretive missions of World War II. A highly experienced pilot, he was handpicked to command the 509th Composite Group and was deeply involved in the top-secret Silverplate program. This program modified standard B-29 Superfortresses, the biggest, fastest, highest-flying bombers of their time, to deliver the atomic bomb. He selected a specific B-29, serial number 448-6292. Fresh off the assembly line in Omaha, just hours before the historic mission, Tibbets had the aircraft's name painted on its nose, Enola Gay, in honor of his mother, Enola Gay Tibbets. He later explained that he chose it because it was a unique name. He knew the plane would be famous and wanted to avoid duplication. In the early morning darkness of August 6, the Enola Gay, accompanied by 2 observation planes, took off from Northfield on the island of Tinian. The target was Hiroshima, a major military hub and industrial center in Japan. The bomb, codenamed Little Boy, was a uranium gun-type fission weapon, weighing about 9,700 pounds. To Tibbets, the 6-hour flight to Japan was intensely calm. He later recalled it as the most boring flight I ever made because, crucially, nothing went wrong. At 8:15 a.m., Little Boy was released. Tibbets immediately threw the massive plane into a steep 155-degree diving turn to put as much distance as possible between them and the coming blast. 43 seconds later, a fireball hotter than the surface of the sun erupted over Hiroshima. Even from over 11 miles away, the shockwaves violently rocked the Enola Gay. Tibbets, wearing welder's goggles, described the sky lighting up like nothing you have ever seen. He later said he could even taste the radiation, describing it as a metallic sensation in his mouth. When the crew looked back, the city was hidden beneath a colossal, boiling mushroom cloud. Beneath it lay utter devastation. The blast and subsequent firestorm destroyed about 70% of the city's buildings. While initial estimates were around 70,000 killed, the final death toll by the end of 1945 is believed to have exceeded 100,000, with many more dying later from radiation sickness and injuries. 3 days later, a second bomb was dropped on Nagasaki. On August 15, Japan surrendered, ending World War II. But the decision to use the atomic bomb remains one of history's most contentious debates. On one side, the traditionalist view holds that the bombs ended the war swiftly, avoiding a prolonged and potentially far more costly invasion of Japan, thus saving lives overall. Tibbets firmly believed this, stating his mission was to save lives, not destroy them. On the other side, revisionist scholars argue Japan was already nearing surrender and that the bombings were unnecessary or constituted a war crime, highlighting the immense civilian suffering. This debate ignited publicly in 1995 during a controversial Smithsonian exhibition featuring the Enola Gay fuselage. Paul Tibbets never wavered in his conviction. When asked if he would do it again, he said, "If you give me the same circumstances, I would not hesitate." The Enola Gay itself was fully restored and is now on display at the Smithsonian's Udvar-Hazy Center. The story of Paul Tibbets and the Enola Gay is not a simple one. It is a story of duty, technology, and a single mission that carries the unbearable weight of history. It forces us to grapple with impossible decisions made in wartime and confront the terrifying power of humanity unleashed. It is a chapter that forever changed warfare, geopolitics, and our very understanding of destruction, leaving a legacy we are still learning from today.